So good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few. My name is Rich. I'm the channel host, and 9 times out of 10, we're talking about building my small drone business and helping you build your small drone business as well. So this morning, I was supposed to be out doing a flight for a client, but go figure, weather has intervened, and we're going to have to wait a couple of days. So it looks like snow outside right now. And I decided let's take a look through what's going into setting up uh, this particular flight that we're doing for the client. And with that in mind, I'm going to switch screens here. So let's get that set up for you. All right, that screen switch has been made. So normally what happens for drone operators like myself who are doing raw land sites and construction sites? Well, first off, a client will get in touch with us, and that client will give a call and let us know that they would like a property flown, usually a raw land site or a new construction site, and they want to know, okay, when can you come out? When can you do the flight? And I always have extra questions for them. So we'll get folks who will give us a standard address, for instance, saying there's going to be a new build here. Sometimes, since these are raw land sites, that address doesn't come up for us. So we've got to do a little research. So I always like to slow the clients down just a bit. And because 9 times out of 10 clients, what's the price? When can you get out there? And we need some more information given to us as drone operators. So one of the first things that I do when I get a call, either from a current client or a new client, is I ask them a little bit about the property. As I said, they're probably going to give you an address. Half the time, the address is no good, as in the case of this particular one that we're looking at right now. So I will ask them to give me the parcel ID number, the APN number. There are a couple of ways to reference things. And after my initial conversation with them, I let them know I'm going to go do a little research, make sure, are we in controlled airspace, uncontrolled airspace? What are the other things that might pop up? Once we get that parcel number from them, I also jump over to the Yavapai County Interactive Tax Map. And this works for most counties here in Arizona. I don't know how it is in every other state, but usually it's county by county. So we've used Coconino, we've used Maricopa, and we've used Yavapai County where we're located. What's really nice is if you get the parcel number, it's very easy to actually look up the parcel and do a quick search on it and then find out the address associated with it if there is one. So in the case of this particular one, my client got in touch and let me know new property. They're going to be actually leveling and clearing things in the near future, and they would like to do an orthomosaic time lapse and a video time lapse. So I like to get everything organized and pre-planned as much as I can. Some of the planning and some of the final execution has to happen in the field, of course. So I was given the APN number and it comes up as 14575 North Paul Spur Drive. Now the client had actually given me a different address on Three Forks right here. So if I had gone with the Three Forks address, it actually doesn't come up in Google Maps. So if you're just relying on an address, you might be calling the customer again saying, oh, I need a little more information. But the interactive tax maps are an extreme help, and they make it pretty easy for us to start blocking things out. So usually I'll jump into the county interactive map and I will actually label the corners. I'll actually get the GPS coordinates of the corners, which then I can use in Drone Harmony or Map Pilot Pro or Ground Station Pro, whichever flight app I'm going to be using to execute the 2D and 3D models. I can actually take these GPS coordinates and plug them on in. And so just to show you an example of that, let's go to the Litchi Mission Hub. And so Litchi also did have the address 14575 North Paul Spur, but they also did not have the other address on, let's see, on what road was that? Three Forks Road. So fortunately, I got my reference material from the county, and now with that reference material, I can start planning some things. So one of the things that I will usually do is I'll pre-plan something with Litchi, just giving myself some boundaries to refer from. So we'll usually do some still image flights, and we'll also do some video flights across this. And more often than not, when I'm doing this part, I am utilizing Litchi. Then when we're getting ready to do the modeling, two-dimensional or three-dimensional or both, I'll then pop open another application, either Drone Harmony, Ground Station Pro, Map Pilot Pro. In the case of this one, I had already set up with a Drone Harmony mission for flying my DJI Mavic 2. And so the Drone Harmony mission is being flown on an Android device because I wanted to use Drone Harmony for a couple more of our upcoming real estate flights. So I went in Drone Harmony, I set up the map area, I easily found the area with the Drone Harmony search tool and with that address that was not provided to me by the client, but then I got the appropriate address thanks to the county parcel maps. So there we go, there's the small flight grid. This happens to be under, let me see, how large was this one here? Um, this is not a massive property here. Let's take a look. And so the assessor acres on this one is 0.76 acres for this particular parcel. So we're not even doing a full acre here. So coverage is going to be pretty easy to handle. We're not going to be doing long drone flights with this. We're not going to be blowing through a lot of batteries. So usually on these smaller properties, I can use one battery for the two-dimensional model flight, and I can also use some of that battery for some of our still images and some of our video. So on these smaller sites, it's great. We always have more than enough battery power available to us, and just a matter of then executing things. So normal process, the call comes in, they usually give the address, I ask for the parcel information as well, and then I go ahead and I set up for my flights. I also check things out on the Google Maps as well, and we've recently integrated utilizing QGIS for our mapping and modeling as well. And so I've got QGIS up here, I've got the neighborhood pulled up, and I also put down all of the GPS coordinates for the corners of this particular parcel. So I'm using QGIS going forward in 2022 as a location for reference to all of our flights that we're doing for our clients. So we're building this map based on projects this year. So QGIS has a good role to play for us here in keeping track of our other properties. So I'm going to be going through and adding more of our properties in because we do have several active projects in this area. And I'm zooming this out just to show you. If you've watched some of the other recent videos, you know that we're also doing another location called High Lonesome. And so here's the High Lonesome points right over in here as well for us. And what I'm going to do is go through and backfill some of our ongoing projects and just get those projects added onto QGIS as well, so that I've got a quick reference location for all active projects that we have ongoing. So there's the start. That's our upfront part of our process. It's always taking the call, doing some information gathering, and doing a little pre-planning. Please keep in mind that while we're doing pre-planning in the office, the plans are not solid until we go out to the location and check the location visually ourselves. So we might have to change some of our flight paths around if there are obstructions that we're unaware of, or if there's other problems beyond obstructions. We like to find that out when we get to the location. And then we can use our pre-setups as reference material to help us get everything else set up for the flights we're going to do. So in the case of this location, we are going to be doing a 2D and 3D model. We're going to be doing before and after orthomosaics. We're going to do some standard still images from repeatable locations utilizing Litchi so that we can do before and after images of the property overall. And then we'll be showing before and after sliders for that orthomosaics. That's what the client wants for these particular properties. Now, often clients could ask for less or they could ask for more. So that's where that conversation comes in, slowing them down just a bit and making sure that you've gathered all the appropriate information before you head out into the field and find out you're missing some things, and then you can't do the flight for that day. All right, everyone, I figured I'd just do a quick little video on our starting point when we take on a new project. And as this particular project goes on, we'll be tracking it here on the YouTube channel. So you can follow along with how we set up those flights both for the modeling and for the individual stills and for the video. So be sure to like and subscribe down below, and that will notify you when we're putting up new videos, and we will continue following along with this one. All right, everyone, have a great start to the week. We'll see you again real soon.